Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Today's video is going to be a 3 looks 1 palette video with my palette of the month for March. So this is the BH Cosmetics Love in London eyeshadow palette, which is more cooler toned neutral palette, although my look today with this palette is rather warm, but for the most part these shades do lean more cool. I wanted to create one look focusing on the pinky rosy shade. I wanted to create one truly cool toned neutral kind of like smoky silvery look, and then in today's look I focused more on the warmer sides and I decided to do a pop of blue on my lower lash line. So if you want to see how I created the looks using this palette, keep on watching. Alright, so here we go. The first look is this kind of like softer pink plummy eyeshadow look, and on this look I am focusing on the third row of this palette, with the exception of a couple of mattes from different rows, and I'm going to start with the shade Scoon as my transition shade. Next I'm going in with the deeper matte plum called Piccadilly, and this shade I'm first putting to the outer V area and then I am blending it to the crease. Oh, these are quite pigmented shades and there is some fallout, but this is exactly the reason why I like to do my eyeshadow first, so I don't need to worry about fallout. I'm going back in with the brush that I used to apply this shade Scoon, but there is no additional product now, but I'm trying to blend that out. Next I'm going in with the lighter pink shade Lolly. I didn't set my eyeshadow primer, so I do have a slightly sticky base going on. And this shade I am bringing to the inner about half of my lid. On the outer half of my lid I'm going to use the shade Biscuit, that is like a little bit deeper, kind of like plummy sort of metallic shade. And this shade I'm kind of like tapping on. Next I'm going in with the deep shimmery purple shade Duchess with a really precise pencil brush, and this I'm going to bring really carefully just to the outer V area. And then I will take one more time the shade Lolly a little bit to my brush, and I will go over the light eyeshadow and kind of like try to bring it a little bit towards the outer part of the lid so that I do have a nicer blend. Then I'm going one more time in with the shade Piccadilly, just a little bit. I'm like tapping off the excess and I'm just like trying to blend everything on the outer part of my eye where the deeper shades are. And then I'm one more time going back in with the shade Scoon on my crease. Today I'm going to line my eyes with the shade Posh, that is a matte black. I'm just using kind of like a liner smudger brush. This brush is from e.l.f. I'm not exactly sure what it is called, but it is a great eyeliner brush, and this black is really good to use as an eyeliner. It is really pigmented. So that is it for the upper eye eyeshadow. I'm going to put on some false lashes off camera as well as do my base makeup, and then I will be back to finish the eyeshadow and the rest of my makeup look. Okay, so I'm back. I finished the eyeshadow on this eye already, but before getting onto this eye, I must talk about the foundation that I used today really quickly. So I finally finished the NYX Born to Glow foundation that I hated, and the next more natural foundation I wanted to try was the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation. So I tried this on today for the first time, and I got to say I am really impressed. I'm not surprised that I like this foundation so far because I tend to like Catrice's foundations, but this one is so good looking on my skin. When I first applied this reminded me a lot of the foundation from Smashbox. I'm not exactly sure about the name, but that foundation is like really hydrating while still having a good coverage, and when I apply it, it feels sort of like bouncy, and I think the consistency of this one is really similar, and they look really similar on skin too. So yeah, I'm impressed by this foundation. Obviously I just applied it, so I cannot tell how it wears, but from first impression it seems like a great, more natural foundation for someone with combination skin like I do have, because finding foundation for combo skin can be difficult. Like, I don't necessarily every day want to wear a matte foundation, but then again I cannot wear something dewy because it will slide off from my T-zone. So this one feels and looks really nice so far. So I will keep you updated like in future videos about the staying power of this, but the first impression, I love this foundation. Anyways, now we can finish my eyeshadow, so I will use again the shade Scoon as a transition shade on my lower lash line. And then I am going to smudge the shade Piccadilly all over my lower lash line. And then finally I am going to take a little bit of the shade Duchess again with the small precise pencil brush, and I will smudge this towards the outer part of my lower lash line. Okay, that is it for the eyeshadow. I will be putting on some mascara to my lower lashes as well as nude waterline pencil to my waterline, and I will be right back. Let's finish my face. The blush I'm going to be using is the e.l.f. Baked Blush in the shade Rich Rose, which is like a rosy, glowy, neutral blush. And then I will be highlighting my face, my inner corner and my brow bone with this pink highlighter over here. It is depotted from the BH Cosmetics Carli Bybel Deluxe Edition palette. The lipstick I'm going to be wearing today is the Essence Color and Care lipstick in the shade Life's My Runway, which is like a pinky nude. I will be applying this off camera as well as putting on some jewelry and doing my hair, and I will be back for the finished look. Okay, so this is the first finished look with the BH Cosmetics Love in London eyeshadow palette, and I got to say I really do enjoy this look. I think tones like this are something I would be mainly into wearing during winter and spring, so I feel it's perfect for this time of year, and I do really enjoy these colors being in this palette so that it's not just your typical cool tone neutral taupey palette. But anyways, this is the first look, so if you want to see the look number 2, keep on watching. Okay, so the second look I'm going to create from this palette is this cooler toned neutral smoky sort of halo eye. I will be starting this look with the shade Cheers. I'm going to use this one as my transition shade. And I am not bringing this eyeshadow too high, I am trying to keep it around my crease. Next I'm going in with the deep matte cool toned brown Crumpet, and this one I am going to bring both to my outer and inner corners to start to create that halo. Sorry if the lighting changed. The sun came out of nowhere. It has been a really cloudy and grey day, but I'm glad the sun is shining, but I had to close the blinds for filming. Next I am going in with the matte black shade, Posh, and I am bringing this one just a little bit to the outer and inner corners with a precise pencil brush. So I'm just kind of like tapping the eyeshadow on. And this will intensify the halo effect. But I'm going to blend this out with another brush. And now I'm going back in with the shade Crumpet. I'm going to take it a little bit to my brush and I will start blending out the black. Next I'm going in with the beautiful silver shade Palace. I'm going to just bring this to the center of my lid. And next I am going in with the shimmery taupe shade Prestige, and this one I'm going to bring to the outer and inner parts of my lid, wherever I do have that matte black. So I'm just tapping this on so that the black and the shimmery silver blend out better together. Then I'm taking the brush that I have used with the brown, but I don't have any excess product here. I'm just trying to kind of like blend everything out. And then I'm going in one more time with the shade Cheers. That was my transition shade. And I will now maybe bring it just a little bit higher. I want to use a matte white today, so I'm just using one from my Panda palette. But any matte white eyeshadow will do, or if you are not into white, you can of course use any color you want to, and obviously highlighting your brow bone is like quite optional thing, it's not necessary, but I really do like the effect of it. Okay, and then the last thing on the upper lash line, I'm going to use the shade Posh, so the matte black again, as my liner. So I'm just going to do a really thin line to my lash line. And this is such a good eyeshadow to use as a liner because it is really pigmented. So a little bit of eyeshadow will do the trick. I'm going to put on some lashes again and do my base makeup off camera, so I will be back to finish the look. Okay, so to my lower lash line I am again going to bring the shade Cheers, and I'm kinda using it as a transition shade. And next I'm going to smudge a little bit of the shade Crumpet, which was the deeper cool toned matte brown, to my lower lash line. And finally I'm going to bring the shade Prestige, which was the shimmery taupe, all over my lower lash line. Okay, so I will be finishing my eyes later off camera, but let's move on to blush now. I will be using the Essence Matte Touch blush in the shade Rose Me Up. This one is my most neutral blush. It is just a pure neutral matte beige. Then I'm going to highlight my cheekbones as well as my inner corners with this highlighter that is depotted from a We Care Icon palette. Weaker Icon is a brand that you can only buy in Finland from a store called Sokos, but this is like a cooler toned champagne sort of highlighter. Okay, so the cheeks are now done. I'm going to finish my makeup off camera, so I will be putting on some mascara to my lower lash line, some nude pencil to my waterline, and also I will be applying my lip product. So today I want to go for nude lips. I'm going to be using the lip gloss from Gimme Glow Cosmetics. This one is their lip gloss in the shade Liquid Kitty. So this is the finished look, and I got to say that I absolutely do love this look. This is like my kind of cool toned look where the colors actually I feel are flattering on me. So yeah, I am absolutely loving this look. I also wanted to create a halo eye because that is a technique that I feel I need to maybe practice a little bit more often, and yeah, I thought it would work with these colors that I wanted to use. This was the second look for this video, and if you want to see the final look, keep on watching. Okay, so welcome to the look number 3. As you can see, we do have a really warm situation going on right now, but we are going to do a pop of blue on my lower lash line because that is something I really enjoy. A warm golden look with a pop of blue. Not necessarily the most creative thing to do, but I do think that is an easy way to incorporate blue eyeshadow into a look and still keep it relatively wearable. So yeah, today we are going to start with the shade Big Ben. If I'm being completely honest, I would rather want to use the shade Cheers because Big Ben is more like peachy, and I think Cheers would go with the shade Queen. However, I need to use the shade Big Ben because I have not yet used it before today, and the month is starting to get closer to its end and I just need to get use out of this shade. So I'm just using this as a transition shade. But I will say I feel this shade is not necessary at all in this palette. That's just my personal opinion, but in my opinion there would be enough light transition shades with Cheers and Scoon, and Big Ben could have been replaced with something completely different. But I am going to take just a little bit of the shade Cheers, that is more like a lighter neutral brown, because I kind of want to tone down the beachiness a little bit. Then I'm going in with the shade Lovely, which is the warmest brown in this palette. The same thing with these like deeper mattes. In my opinion, there is no need for this many deep mattes. So I think they could have replaced this shade with something else, because the cooler toned shade Crumpet works better in my opinion with the majority of the shades in this palette. But anyways, we are going to be using this today. Oops. Don't mind the fallout, I am going to wipe it off later. I forgot to tap my brush before going into the look. Sometimes it is like that, you forget to do some steps when creating a makeup look on camera. So yeah, I'm just going to bring this one to the outer corner, blend it a little bit to my crease, not being too precise with the application. I'm going to take just a little bit of more of the shade Cheers, and I'm trying to kind of like blend this out a little bit. So what we are doing on my lid right now is actually quite simple. We are not doing anything too precise or anything. This is also really quick. The last thing we are going to be doing is that we are going to take the shade Queen, which is a gorgeous bronzy gold. Absolutely do love this shade. And I'm just bringing this all over my lid. Okay, maybe I will take a little bit more of the deeper matte brown, Lovely. And I'm just going to bring it just a little bit to the outer corner. And that's really it for the eyeshadow on my lid. So as always, I will off camera line my eyes, do some lashes and also do my base makeup. So I will be right back to finish the look. Okay, so here we go. As you see, I finished this eye already off camera, and I went today for quite a bold winged eyeliner and also for a blue lower lash line. So I will use again the shade Big Ben as my transition shade on my lower lash line. And then with a pencil brush I am going to bring the shade London to my lower lash line, focusing on the outer part, but I'm going to bring it quite much in once I have put the majority of the product to the outer part. Next I am going to dip my brush a little bit into the shade T, and I will bring that one to the inner part of my lower lash line, because this shade is actually a little bit brighter. And then I am going to highlight both my brow bone and my inner corner today with the shade Cheeky. That looks kind of like golden champagne on the pan, but when I apply it, it actually looks really white. Also bringing this to my brow bone. Usually I don't go for this shimmery brow bone highlight, so I want to make sure that I keep it really close to my brows. Okay, so let's finish my cheeks. I will be using the Essence, the blush in the shade Bespoke. This is a beautiful warm bronzy blush, perfect for this look. And then the highlight I'm going to be using on my face is the Ofra highlighter in the shade Rodeo Drive. And I'm going to bring just a little bit of Star Island on the top of Rodeo Drive, but I will start with Rodeo Drive. And now I'm just really little bit going to put the shade Star Island on top of that. Ooh. That is quite blinding. I really do love the Ofra highlighters, but I don't go for this intense highlight on my everyday basis, but this is not an everyday look. I will be doing my lipstick off camera. I will be going for nude lips, so I will be using the Faced Natural Nudes Lipstick in the shade Scent Nude, but I will be lining my lips with a little bit deeper lip liner to make a little bit of contrast. So I will be right back. Okay, so this is the finished third and final look, and I do really like this look. I think it's fun to do a pop of blue once in a while to a warm toned look. So that's what this look is all about. So yeah, those were all of the 3 looks that I created with this palette. Of course, there are so many other looks that you could create. I will be reviewing this palette better in my palette of the month update. It's probably going to be my next video or the video after that. That was really everything for today. Thank you so much for watching this video and see you on my next one. Bye bye.